What do you call a speedy Pokemon trainer? A rapid ash. Yeah. So yeah, those are the sorts of things that you're gonna have to deal with in a few hours right here for definition. Meanwhile, we are back and we are down to 2 players. We have Elsa and we have Ryan. One of them is going to have a chance to face our champion. But who do you have to face before you face the champion? The Elite Four. This is the Elite Four round. Now, last year I screwed this up because I didn't have the cheat sheets. You would think that after hosting this game show roughly 50 times, that I would remember what's super effective against what. But these lights affect me too sometimes, so that's why I have this, so I'm not going to screw things up. So only one of you is going to go through to face the champion. Probably. Before we begin the round, you know how it works. Now, for this round, it can be any Pokemon from generations 1, 2, or 3. Alright, so it can be anything at all from the first 3 gens. Because we're down to the last 2, so I expect you guys know your Pokemans. So, we begin with the following Pokedex entry. We are looking for a flying type. It has a perfect sense of time. Whatever happens, it keeps rhythm by precisely tilting its head. Ryan?
Noctowl?
Incorrect. You hear the rest of it and the clue. Precisely tilting its head in time. Dual type, flying, normal.
Pidgeot?
No, you should have stuck with his evolutionary chain. Yeah, Hoot Hoot is the correct answer for that one. So we move on. Here is the next one. Get ready, guys, and buzz in when you can tell me this water type. Someone will buzz in right away on this. An attached Shelder won't, Ryan,
Slowbro?
won't let go because of the tasty flavor that oozes out of its tail. Ew. Yeah, Slowbro is what we were after. All right, Ryan, that means you get control. You get to face or decide what happens against the first Elite Four member. And guys, I realize Pokemon X and Y have been out for an entire year now, but I still haven't updated this darn software. So donate to the Patreon, you'll get it done quicker. Here we go. So that means that you are going to face our friend Chantal again. Chantal has 2 Pokemon, Drifblim and Gengar. For those of you who've seen this, you now know that there are names of attacks on the board. You must now find an attack that's super effective against Drifblim, and then find an attack that's super effective against Gengar, in that order. If you do that, you defeat Chantal. As you know nothing on the board, other than the fact that there are attacks there, I give you the option. You can go first, or you can force Elsa to go first. How do you want to play it?
I'll let Elsa go first.
All right, Elsa, you need to find an attack that's super effective against Drifblim.
Let's go with 16.
Number 16. Behind number 16, we find Hex, which is super effective against Drifblim. Now, do the same thing for Gengar, and you will defeat Chantal.
27.
27. And there we find Aurora Beam, which is not super effective. However, I think Ryan might be onto something.
27?
Uh-huh.
16.
And there you go. And that does it. Unfortunately, and good job for figuring that out. If you remember last year, it took a very long time for us to get there where all they needed to do is that. So we close those up. And we get Chantal out of there, and Ryan, we light up 1 on your side of the board. Whoever defeats the most Elite Four members will win the game, the free badge, and have the chance to face the champion. If we have a tie, a fateful encounter will decide the winner. So here we go. Fingers on buzzers. For control of the board to face the next Elite Four member, here is a grass type. A sweet aroma gently wafts from the leaf on its head. It is Elsa?
Chikorita?
It is docile and loves to soak up sun rays. Chikorita is the right answer. You now have the right to face the next Elite Four member, our friend Marshall. Marshall has 2 Pokemon, Breloom Metachan. Again, you know nothing that's on the board, so would you like to go first, or would you like for Ryan to go first?
I'll let Ryan go first.
All right, this is where I screwed up last year, but I'm looking right now at Brailleloom and I see types, so there we go. All right, Ryan, where are you going?
25.
Number 25. Ice Fang. That's super effective against Brailleloom. Now Metachan.
26.
Right next door, 26. Is he right? Astonish is super effective against Metacham. You have defeated Marshall. Sometimes it's better to be lucky than good. There we go. We close those, and Ryan, you are now one away from me not seeing Caitlin if you win the next one. And I hate that because I love Caitlin. She's my favorite from that game. All right, so for the next Elite Four member, fingers on buzzers and tell me when you can name this fire type. Ew. Is that really it? Okay. It has a flame sac inside its belly that perpetually burns. It feels warm if it is hugged. It's a fire type, straight fire type. Please don't make me, Ryan.
Magmar?
Incorrect. Really? You want to hug a Magmar? How about it, Elsa? Anything?
Quilava?
No, it's not Quilava. Ooh, I don't want to hug one of those even more than I don't want to hug a Magmar. No, that, believe it or not, is Torchic. Oh. And I never want to hear the words flame sack again.
It's a gizzard.
Fingers on buzzers, players, as I regain control of the game. As we go on, we're looking for a poison type. During the day, it stays in the cold underground to avoid the sun. It grows by bathing in moonlight. Dual type, grass, poison. Yes, Ryan?
Tangela?
Incorrect. Elsa, can you tell me? Audience? Oddish. It is Oddish. That's the right answer. All right, next Pokemon. Fingers on buzzards. Done that one, and done that one. So let's do this one. I believe we're psychic type. Its flat, thin body is always stuck on walls. Its shape appears to have some meaning. Ryan?
Unknown.
Unknown is the right answer. That means you now have the right to face the third Elite Four member, Grimsley. Grimsley has a haunch crow and a crocodile. And again, we know nothing that's on the board, so who's going first?
Elsa.
Elsa's going first. All right, super effective against Haunch Crow to stay in the game.
7.
Number 7. Behind number 7, we find Icy Wind, super effective. Now, Crocodile to stay in the game.
29.
29. Drill Peck, not super effective against Crocodile. We close the doors. Now, it's your turn, Ryan.
7.
Mm-hmm.
13.
Number 13. Skydrop, not super effective. Back to Elsa.
7.
Mm-hmm.
10.
10. Assurance, not super effective. Back to Ryan.
7.
Sound like a broken record.
19.
Number 19. Wing attack, not super effective. Back to Elsa.
7.
How did I know you were going to say that?
3.
Number 3. Shadow Sneak, not super effective. Back to Ryan.
7. 1.
1. Crunch, not super effective. Back to Elsa.
7.
7.
18.
18. You missed. I think the board's getting tired of this one. Ryan.
7.
Hey.
30. 30.
3-0. You miss. Elsa.
7.
7. You're good with the ice attack. I wonder why.
21.
21. You miss. Ryan.
29.
29. Drill Pack. Elsa.
7.
7.
4.
4. Shadow Ball, not super effective. Back to Ryan. 7.
5.
Number 5. Shadow Claw, not super effective. Back to Elsa. 7.
2.
2. And behind number 2, we find Stone Edge, not super effective. Back to Ryan.
2.
Super effective.
7.
For the win. Ice, super effective. You won the game. Wow. And I'm glad someone caught it right away. Otherwise, we'd have been here forever. And I love her, so Caitlin, I'm sorry. And I know that expression tells me everything that I need to know, but goodbye, Caitlin. And Elsa, unfortunately, goodbye to you as well. However, you made it all the way to the end. Just one more step would have gotten you there. But thank you so much for being on the Pokemon game show. Let's give it up for her. Now, you've won the Pokemon game show, but you're not yet the champion. So you already get free admission to next year. So you can submit fewer panels next year if you want. If you want to make the drive all the way from Texas again for next year, we'll get you into the con for free. However, now you have a chance to face the champion. We're going to do that right after this. Stay tuned. Welcome back. We have our winner. Ryan has won free admission to next year's Tsubasacon right back here. Yep. Right back here in the what will be expanded Big Sandy, because we're going to be going a little more into that arena next year too. So more programming rooms, which means we won't have all this. How many of you were at Who's Line yesterday? Yeah! That room got funky towards the end, didn't it? Yeah. We'll probably be in a bigger room next year, because these should all be programming rooms next year, and everything else will be over there. We hope that's the way they're going to do it. And I'll be back next year. It's already because there was some confusion this year. What happened was I was working for another company that puts on game shows, puts on conventions. And I was booked at one of their events. I no longer work for that company, so I said, hey, Tsubasacon, now I'm free that weekend. Can I come? And they said, let's think about that for a second. I don't know. Game shows, people don't like game shows. You don't like game shows here, do you? Nope. No, yeah, so, yeah. But eventually they said yes, and so here I am. And now, we're going to give Ryan an opportunity to become the champion. But you have to defeat the current champion, and since last year's champion never got back to me, that means we roll back to... Sorry! This could have been you!
I know it could have been me!
So we roll it back to Iris. This will be the last time Iris appears on this show, no matter what happens, because I guarantee we'll finally update this thing for X and Y by the time you see me again. Yeah. So this is Iris's last time. So here we go, Iris. What do you think about Ryan there? Iris isn't even paying attention. She's looking over here somewhere. I don't know what's over there. I don't know. So Iris has herself 3 Pokemon, and you'll see their silhouettes right now. Now, in the last round, you defeated 3 trainers. Theoretically, you used 3 Pokemon to do that. Those Pokemon know every single attack on the board. You just gotta find the attacks. Hopefully you'll find attacks that are super effective against Iris's. Because if you do that, it'll be a one-hit KO against each Pokemon. You'll face them in line. If you find any other kind of attack that's not super effective, they'll do 1 HP of damage. Iris's Pokemon all have 4 HP. So, if you can defeat all of Iris's Pokemon before she defeats yours, and she defeats yours if you find a square on there that says KO. Alright, there are 7 of them on the board. The good news is, there are also 7 silver bullets on the board. There are 7 attacks on the board that are super effective against at least 1 of Iris's Pokemon. If you defeat all of hers, before she defeats all of yours, you become the champion of Tsubasacon, and next year, that'll be you. And these will be any 3 Pokemon of your choice, except Electros, because he has no weaknesses whatsoever. Any other Pokemon is good to go. Megas are fine. We've had Mega Kangaskhan a couple of times on this game show. So, alright. So that's what we're up against. Are you ready? Let's do it. I'm not ready yet, because I have to do this first. Number 1. And behind number 1, we find Shadow Ball, not super effective. 1 HP of damage. Continue. 2. Number 2. We find Fire Blast, not super effective. 1 HP of damage. Continue.
3.
Number 3, we find Slash, not super effective. 1 HP. Continue.
4.
Number 4, we find Dark Pulse doesn't matter, does the job, and you have defeated Archeops. Well done. I think I see your strategy. Let's see what happens as we move on. Lapras is next. Go to work.
5.
Number 5, and there we find Stone Edge, super effective.
That's right.
That is super effective. That is the silver bullet that works against all 3. So now, you've defeated 2. You have no Pokemon KO. Judging by your strategy, unless it goes KO, 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 or something like that, you might have developed a strategy that defeats this game. I don't know. I tell you, everything gets plugged into a randomizer and things have been known to clump. So it could happen, it could not happen. We'll see how it goes. The final Pokemon is Salamence. Go to work.
6.
Number 6. And behind number 6, we find Ice Beam! I had to draw it out a little bit. Oh, let's see how that strategy, if that hadn't been super effective, let's see what was waiting for you. Yeah. Oh, but then you still would have won. There we go. And then the rest of it, yeah. I think you had the right idea. Now you just taught the YouTube audience how to play this game, possibly. YouTube, I assure you, they get plugged into a randomizer. The last time we played this game show, someone found KO, KO, KO right off the bat. So this won't always work. But it worked for Ryan. Congratulations, Ryan. You are now the champion of Tsubasacon. Have you got any idea who you're going to choose for next year?
Some idea.
Some idea. All right. You can, yeah, you do it in an email. Yeah. Magic card. You guys didn't see this year, but in the last round there was a Magic Carp on the board with a splash attack that wouldn't have worked against anyone, but didn't come up. So Ryan, congratulations to you again. You get free admission to next year, which also in the email I'll make sure that that gets put to them as well, so you're put on the pre-reg list for that. So, ladies and gentlemen, that was Pokemon Game Show. I remember in a few hours, 2.5 to be exact, we'll be playing Definition with some really, really awful puns. In the meantime, if there are any cool parents out there who want to take place in the new game show that I'm doing, if you're not really an anime fan, that's the key, because I'm going to show you stuff, and if you recognize it, it doesn't count. But we'll do that later on this evening, starting at about 6:30 this evening. So, in the meantime, guys, thanks so much. Don't forget the Facebook, don't forget the YouTube, don't forget the Patreon. They're all Greggo's game shows. We'll see you later on. Thanks, guys.